Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to issue 83 and also issue 84 of Build the Terminator.
The Terminator, week by week, built the T-800, the killing machine that defined a generation. Easy to build with high-quality metal components. You can control sound, lights, articulated limbs, and L.E.D. eyes. And explore the Terminator universe. Build the Terminator, issue 1, just $1.99.
So welcome back guys and girls, thanks for tuning in for some more Terminator. So obviously today we're almost at issue 86, so we're getting closer to that whole number of 100, and obviously as I told you way before, there's 120 issues in total, so we are getting that very close now to completing this Terminator. Today, the first two episodes, 83 and 84, I'm just doing the final finger for the left hand and also the thumb, and also attaching some wrist joints, because in the other two issues, 85 and 86, that's where the exciting stuff happens. Going to finish off the forearm, connect the hand to the forearm, then the forearm to the obviously upper arm, and obviously finally connect that to the torso, so the whole Terminator so far. So that's going to be a fully complete upper body in the aspects of the limbs. Obviously we've got more to do on the front and back obviously, but at the end of today's episodes you will see almost half complete, well more than half complete cyborg. So really looking forward to cracking on, so let's get started. Okay, so just before I start, as always, I'm going to quickly run through the parts. So obviously for the first issue 83 we're going to be assembling the left forefinger, and I will film this part today because it's just the last finger, so I might as well do it, and obviously there's not too much. So these are the forefinger parts here, all metal, and then moving along we've got the where are they? So we've got 83-1, so these are the wrist ball joints and they are plastic. Then we've also got a few screws, so we've got the 8312, they are the KB 2x6mm, so you've got 4 of those with 1 spare. You've also got some finger joint pins, which obviously we need for the fingers, also the other connectors there, and also some plastic tubes. So we've seen this before, so it's not too much, quite self-explanatory to be honest, just a bit fiddly. Then for issue 84, these are the components for the actual thumb. There's a bit less here because obviously the thumb is smallest part of the hand. Again, all metal. Then you've got the nice large ball joint here. So this is obviously to connect the hand to the forearm. That's plastic, by the way, so just like the other arm. Then you've got the connectors again, different plastic tubes. Also, but this time we've got 2 different types of screws, or 3, sorry, should I say. So you've got 2x6mm KBs. You've also got PB 2x6mm, and you've also got KM 2x6mm. So lots of little screws there to crack on with that. All you need is some screwdrivers and also some super glue, and that's it. Okay, so steps 1 to 4. First of all, you're going to take components 835, that's this part here, and then also 834, I believe, so that's the longer one there. Now if you remember before, with each part of these fingers, one is overlapped and one is underlapped as we go along the chain, and then obviously we add the corresponding pins and connectors over each one. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now, and obviously I'll show you different parts and as we go along, and then I'll freeze it in between so you can just see. So for the first part, you're going to put in the connector from underneath. So I'm just going to push it through the plastic tube, and then the little smaller pin, that's the one that's going to go on the top of that. So that's how that's looking there. So obviously you see it's come from underneath there. Just make sure that when you're doing it, you follow the pictures very clearly, because obviously it has to go, these parts here has to go a certain way up. If they're not, the finger's not going to come out right. So make sure you do that in the correct manner. So I'm just going to grab the little pin connector and put that on the top. So you'll need some super glue for that part, just forgot to add. So just put a little bit in the top, and obviously that can just help keep that pin in there, because sometimes they don't always click in so easily. So having that little bit of glue there, it's recommended anyway, just helps to keep them secure. So just going to hold that down, and I can move on to the next part. So continuing on down the chain, you're now going to take component 833, and what you'll do is you're going to thread that underneath component 834. So just double checking that's the right orientation up, flip that round, yep. And this time the larger connector is going to go on the top, so you're going to have that on the top just there with that pin underneath. So I'm just going to do that now. Okay, and as you can see, I've just got that one in there now, just putting the little pin in underneath, hold that in for a little while, just so that can let the glue set in. Okay, they're now secured, so we're getting there. So the last part on the chain, obviously you take the component, which is 83.2. That's that little bit there, you can see. I'm just going to pop that on the very end, obviously making sure that the pin is sticking out of that part there. The pin is sticking out, so that's we're going to put the end of the finger on at the end. So obviously now, just like before, we're going to put the large connector from underneath through the plastic sleeve and the little pin on the top. Okay, that's how it's looking for now. And the final step is just going to take the part at the very end, so that's the end of the finger, so it's the fingertip basically. And all you're going to do, so that's that little part there, just going to put some super glue at the end of the finger there, just on the end, just so that will secure onto there. Sometimes it does, it just sits on there nicely. You don't even need any glue, and I've done that before, but just on this one, because the last one, I'm just going to make sure there's a little bit more support, so it definitely doesn't fall off. Okay, and there you have it. That's the last finger, the forefinger complete. Okay, so steps 8 to 12, we're going to fix the finger to the hand. Obviously, nice and simple. So what we're going to do, if you remember the big connector, what we're going to do, we're going to take that and the plastic tube and also the little pin, and we're going to thread that all on there so it all sits on nicely. So obviously you put it on from this section because that's the only part that has the hole, and that's going to go onto the hand like so. So I'm just going to get my plastic connector first and thread that through, because these can be a bit of a pain if you don't thread them through first. I find that if you push the metal part in first and then force it through the tube, or not even force it, it just tends to get stuck and damage the plastic parts. It won't go through easily. So I'm just going to thread that through, and then I'll put the connector in after. It'll be much easier that way. Okay, so I've attached that on the top. I'm now just going to spin it around so I can put the little pin from the bottom in there, and again I'm just going to glue that on so that secures it. Okay, so that's how the hand's looking now. It's a little bit flimsy, the one on the end. It's been a bit difficult, but I'll be honest with you, I don't really care because I'm not going to use it to play with. So that's how the hand is looking there. So now I'm going to go on to the final steps, 11 and 12, connecting those ball joints. So all we need to do, if you spin the hand round, you'll see there are 3 holes at the top, and that's where the ball joints are going to sit in. So you thread those through those holes on each one, and then what you can do is screw from the other side with your screws, which were the KB 2x6mm. So just going to do that one at a time, and then we're done. We can move on to the next issue. Nice and simple. Okay, with a bit of elbow grease, absolutely killed my fingers. We've got them in there, so they're actually quite difficult to secure in, so good luck if you're going to do that. But that's that issue complete. Okay, so for doing the thumb, it's exactly the same as we did for the finger, so I'm not going to film that part. I'm just going to skip ahead and then to the parts where we actually connect the hand to the forearm. Okay, so steps 9 and 10, you're going to attach the thumb to the hand. So you'll see on one part of the hand, there's these 3 little holes. So just want to twist that for you so you can see those holes there. One of those you're actually going to put the end of the thumb into that. There's a pin at the end, so you're going to pop that in. I believe it is the smallest one there is, and then that will leave a gap for you to screw one of the screws in from the other side to secure that to the hand. So just going to thread that through like so. That's on there, and then we want to take the let me double check, it's a KM 2x6mm. So just going to grab one of those, then I'm going to thread that through and secure it to the hand. So bear with me, might be a little bit fiddly. Okay, that's on there, let's secure it. Okay, so the thumb is now attached there, as you can see. Obviously that finger's a bit flimsy, like I said. Not too happy about the fingers, the last 2, or the finger, the thumb here. It's been an absolute nightmare, but that's done. So the final part, you're going to be taking the last ball joint, that's the biggest one there. And there's a hole at the bottom of the hand. And all you're going to do, you're going to push that through, And then from the other side, just like you did with those 3 other small socket joints, those ball sockets, you're going to screw a screw from the other side. So you're going to take the KB 2x6mm for that. So I'm just going to line that up now and do that. Okay, so that's how it should look at the end. So all the ball socket joints have been connected, ready to be connected to the forearm. The fingers have all been attached, and the thumb, as you can see, and we're ready to go. So that's those 2 issues complete. So thanks for watching, guys. That was a bit more tricky than I thought it'd be. I'll be honest, the left hand is now actually worse than the right hand in terms of flimsiness and that finger and thumb. Not happy with that. I'll be honest, obviously we've had issues before, fingers, as we all know, with builders. I don't know about the other guys who build Terminator. How did you get on with this issue, these 2 issues? Because I've had a lot of problem personally, and I'm not too sure they're going to be able to hold my other gun that's coming, the Gatling gun, but we shall see. I'll obviously make some modifications if I have to, but either way, they're done. We got there. Now we're going to move on to the final issues, which is 85 and 86, and then we can sit back and wait for the next 4 issues. So remember what I said, we're going to be connecting the hand to the forearm and then the whole left arm to the shoulder, so we're nearly there. So hope you liked today's video, guys. If you did, as always, remember to leave a like, comment and subscribe, and until next time, I'll see you soon.